Good morning and welcome to the Monday morning, January 12, 2009 edition of The Master Pattern. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Flower, and this week and for the next several weeks we are broadcasting from beautiful Scottsdale, Arizona. I wish you were here. All right, let's start off with our prediction analysis. As of to date, we are 64 out of 65 with calls on a stronger dollar last week, which we played in the currency market. Lower mortgage interest rates. Interest rates dropped by almost 0.75% on the home equity lines and almost 0.5% on regular mortgages. So that's a positive. Our Suntech stock is up 50% from where we had entered 3.5 weeks ago. That's not bad. The interest rates, the overall interest rates, seem to be bottomed and heading the other way very slightly, but they do seem to be starting their move up to some degree anyway. Let's look at some more 2009 predictions. We think that the market's going to be good for the next 4 to 6 months. Not to say that we're not going to see some hard times here. In fact, I think this week we're going to see a weak market, very volatile this week, and more on the downside than anything else. But I think the dollar will continue to get stronger here. But overall, next 3 to 4 months up, and then I think we're headed for some pretty big trouble. The stagflation, I think we think what's going to happen here is this: the market's going to get better, the economy is going to seem to get better, and as things start to get better, everybody's going to go back to their greedy little ways, especially our OPEC, and start up with the oil again. And I think that's going to take off sometime between now and this time next year, probably towards the end of this year, October, around there, September, October. We think you're going to start seeing oil start to escalate again, right? And that'll be one of the final nails in the coffin before we totally crash. I think you're going to see interest rates spike at that particular time. And then, at the end of the year, beginning of first 2 months or so, 3 months of next year, 10, we will then see a depression. We will then see a deflation. I'm sorry, not a depression, not yet. We'll then see a deflation. We'll then see the dollar get stronger, but the money supply is going to contract like crazy as even more and more defaults of various types set in, and these institutions get bolder and bolder by the friendship, the accommodation of the Obama presidency. Okay, so we're looking at, and we think there's going to be a great crime spree, a rise in crime on all different types of levels, especially fraud and theft. A huge jump this year. Change in laws, some good, some not so good. For instance, the latest example is this new knockdown law that enables judges to recast, redo mortgages that are in foreclosure, reduce the amounts, change the terms around, reduce the interest rates. That's only going to make interest rates spike, which is going to be one of the factors involved. And you can thank Citibank for that. They were the first to go along with this. And of course, you might say, well, that's a good thing, isn't it? I mean, after all, Citibank going along with this. Well, let's not forget how many billions of dollars the U.S. government gave to Citibank, and how obligated Citibank is to the government, and that government now owns part of Citibank, okay? So, no, this is not a good thing. This is a horrible thing. And you tell me, if you were lending money at 6 or 6.5%, 5.5%, would you subject yourself to the possibility that some judge is going to come along and say, well, no, you should reduce the amount from 300,000 down to 250, and by the way, that's too much money. You should only be, this person can only afford to pay 3%, 2.5%. Not a good thing. Very, very bad. And you're going to see other laws like that too. Let's talk about the pinheads. There's no change in their strategy, which means that that we're in for worse times. Nobody is addressing the major underlying issue, the decline in real estate values, okay? And until they do that, this is not going to go away, folks, and it's not going to get any better. It may seem to get better, but it's not. The master pattern keeps telling us that all of these different patterns, interest rate patterns, real estate patterns, investment patterns, mortgage patterns, are all coming to a completion here. They're all coming to one major point, and that point is this way, not that way, okay? So a word to the wise is sufficient here. Because of that, we think that the ultimate crash is going to occur within the next 14 to 18 months. And we don't see any way that that's going to be avoided unless by some great miracle, the people of this country rise up and take control of the government. And by that, I don't mean a revolution in a physical sense, but a revolution in a philosophical and a mental sense, okay? And to that degree, I'm really not interested in hearing any more about George Bush. I'm not interested in hearing about Obama either. What I am interested in hearing is about Joe and Jane Citizen, you. Have you listed your various office holders in your favorites catalog so you can send them a quick note whenever you see something that bothers you, whenever you have a brief idea? A lot of you folks have great ideas, but I'm going to tell you right now, unless we get together, and we don't have to do it in some town hall meeting, just do it right online, just send the emails, keep on sending the emails, enough people send the emails, and they will be overwhelmed, they will finally get the message. We are the only ones at this point that are going to save this economy. And if it goes down, it's going to be their fault, but it's going to be because we allowed it. Okay, guys, let's just get that clear. There is nobody that's going to save this economy. Not Obama, not Bush, not the Treasury Secretary, not China, not Russia, nobody but us. And it's going to take a complete turnaround in the way we govern things. We have to be willing to bite the bullet and take responsibility. Okay. Once again, we think this is going to be a very volatile week. We think it's going to be on the short side. We have some more specifics that will be coming up by the end of this month. We still like the dollar strong, and we're playing the dollar against the euro in particular, and now against the yen. So hang in there. We hope you really have a great year, and we take advantage of our environment. There's always a way to make a dollar. There's always a way to survive and be better for it. From beautiful, sunny Scottsdale, Arizona, this is Dr. Bob signing off. Have a great week.